Welcome everyone. We are talking about sensations, sensory input about our position on the floor, anywhere, moving around. We talked about the neck position, very essential to understand where our head is. If our head is this way and our body is the other way, you're going to have imbalance. There's no alignment and you will have a fall. So we talked a little bit about the neck, but this time we will talk about the feet, sensation from the feet. So let's do this. Everybody's sitting in a chair. I have an advantage, I don't have socks, everything. If you have socks and you may want to take that out, shoes the socks, and have a feet bare, which will be very helpful for this kinds of practices. So what you want to do is you want to, if you can lift up the foot. If you have a little stool, you can do it on the stool, bend down and do it. But otherwise, lift up the foot here, and then feel and see how you can tap this and feel the superficial sensation. If you can feel everything easily with your touching. And what you want to do is you want to close your eyes and touch. Say I'm touching the heel on the top here. Then I'm touching the big toe. My eyes are closed. I'm touching the bottom of the foot on the side here. I'm touching the middle of the foot. Try to locate that mentally. Go ahead and do that a little bit. So you get an idea about the fact that your sensation in the foot is intact. People with diabetes and trouble with some nerve problems may have this little bit of a trouble of locating it. But see if you can do that, okay? You can do that on the other side as well. So let's do that. Close your eyes and do that. See if you can locate where you're touching. And move about an inch and see if there's a difference between 1 inch on the top, 2 inches, like that. So you're becoming a little bit more sophisticated in finding out whether you have good sensation in your foot or not. You don't need a doctor. You are your own doctor. Very easy to do this. Very easy. And now, okay? So you'll be able to, this is the superficial sensation that you're doing. I don't recommend a pin prick or something for people who do not, have ability to understand this. But you can do pressure. Do a pressure. Put a pressure with a thumb or all fingers and see how well you easily feel the pressure. And you can do that. And next time when you have the pressure, let's say you're having a shoes which are a little tight, you'll be able to not enjoy the walk there, and it will hurt you. And so you recognize the pressure part of it. The next thing you want to do is movement. And movement is easy to think about. So what you want to do is, you have a foot here. I just want to show you this way. Lift up the foot. See if you're moving it up. If my foot is down, raise my toes up and down. Raise my heel up and down. This up and down movement of the ankle and feeling the floor from the heel to the toe to the heel. Just like you used to have a sewing machine where there's a little pedal there, and they're going to go up and down like that. And so do those up and down movements with the ankle. See if you can feel the heel pressure, so you can feel the front of the foot and come on up. Try doing that a few times. Now comes an interesting angle. Those of you who are able to get a cell phone, if you are not on a cell phone, you will have a cell phone with you. Go to the photo. Go to the photo. Open up the photo here and go to the selfie mode. Go to the selfie mode. Now selfie mode, you look at the foot now. You have a selfie of your foot. Look at the foot and see how the foot looks. If there's any kind of cracks, any kind of situation that's happening, look at your own foot this way. Very easy to do. I'm able to see this moving here. I don't have any cracks or I don't have any issues with that. Selfie of your foot. Very easy to do nowadays. Please recognize that observing this is very essential. Now, remember that we're working towards a proper sensation and proper understanding about how we walk. If you had something cracks, if you have corn or things like that, you will have trouble walking. So you need to recognize and you have to address whatever is addressing, otherwise the walking is an issue anyway. We all know this part of it, but how do we approach it? Selfie of your foot. So position, superficial sensations, and self-examination of the foot itself. So we've done that, and so now we will work with this in a way that you will recognize. Now come the pressure. How do we evaluate the pressure? Sitting is easy to start with, but we'll stand up in a minute. So put a lot of, when you're sitting, support yourself on the chair and put pressure on the heels. Slowly put both feet down all the way. Now bring the feet nearer so that it's easier to do. Lift up the heels and put pressure on the front of the foot. Slowly put the feet down, pressure on the heel. You may lean back a little bit. Again, go, pressure, transfer to the front of the foot. And back to the heel. It seems simple, but an important connection which when the baby was learning this sensation of walking. We all did that when we began to walk. We all understood what that meant. And we know now if you walk on an uneven surface, if you walk on a surface that is slippery, all that stuff. We recognize that. So these sensations are essential to record, re-record. We have learned it anyway. We have all learned it. But many times you've forgotten. Many times it is not something that we remember all the time. Because 100 things are happening around, thousands of things are happening around us. So who cares about the 2 feet, you know? What's the difference? You know, we're going to continue to walk anyway. No, it doesn't happen that way. So awareness of the surface, awareness of pressure becomes very essential. So let's stand up. This is the last one on this particular section. And what we'll do is we'll stand up. And now, this is one of the Qigong practices that we do. And get your feet apart a little bit. And now, swing. Swing forward. Do not fall. Swing forward. It's like the pendulum going. The body is going this way. But what we are watching is we are watching the pressure going to the front of the feet, the toes and the front of the foot. And then come back the heels. When you come back to the heels, raise the front of the foot a little bit. And not all 4 or 5 toes may come up. That's okay. Whatever you can do to keep balance. Lean forward again. Now raise the heels a little bit. Try to balance yourself. Come back up. Now this is an important thing that we are training the feet. We train the feet to recognize the pressure. We train the feet to recognize the joint movements between the bones of the feet, metatarsal and all, don't worry about the names. We are training both feet to recognize what's happening. So go ahead and raise the heel a little bit, both of them. Try to be stable. If you need a chair or something to hold on to, please do that. For example, if I'm going to use a chair, I'm going to use a chair first. Now I'm going to go lean forward. Now I know that the pressure is there. My idea is not to recognize this part, but the brain goes to evaluate the pressure in the feet. And then go back. Raise the feet up. This chair becomes a little bit of a prop so that you know that you're going to fall. Up again. Back again. Now remember, I'm going to introduce a little bit of breath right now. Inhale. As you go up, the heels are going up. Exhale. Inhale as you go forward. Exhale. One more time. Inhale as both heels come up. Exhale as you go back. Why did we do the inhalation, exhalation? You'll wonder. We didn't know you need extra oxygen for this. No. Your mind got focused. Inhalation, exhalation, breath concentration, breath synchronization is very powerful. And we synchronize that by this particular movement. So we did that. Now this is very helpful. This particular movement that we're talking about is very helpful. We'll go to the exercise associated with this. But you can start doing this any number of times in the day. How often do you do that? How often the baby is going to lift up the neck? Any number of times. How often you're going to turn around? As much as you want. This is all yours. How much you're going to do the sitting, from the sitting to the standing? Whenever you want it. How often you're going to do this? These are all things, very simple things, but they will build up one after the other to make you stronger and make you walk better. So do that. Let's do this again. And we recognize that this is an actual practice that we have. Just for the balance part of it. Remember, this is mainly understanding about the foot pressure and shifting the pressure on the foot area. And our focus is the foot and not the rest of the body and the balance. Thank you. So we'll go to the next after that.